What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan Reviews, and today me and Lucille are going to do a video. Yeah, guys, this is going to be a video talking about The Walking Dead Season 7 premiere and talking about do I actually think that it is the best episode of The Walking Dead so far. To tell you all honesty, I think this episode is utterly amazing. So, spoiler warning, if you have not seen The Walking Dead Season 7 premiere, you do not want me to spoil this for you, trust me. So click off right now if you don't want to. I'm going to talk about spoilers, like literally right now. So pause, or volume, put it down, whatever. It's just don't spoil it for yourself, okay? Even though I imagine basically everybody at this point has seen The Walking Dead premiere, but just in case you haven't, there's your warning. So, now, this premiere was utterly insane, and I have to say that in a couple different ways. In terms of the, just the way the tension was, utterly unbelievably awesome. It was amazing. And the score and the rating for this episode, I gave this one a 10 out of 10. There's no absolute problems with this episode. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And I do have to say that seeing this premiere and seeing the way that they did all the different kind of elements, it was done perfectly. So let's talk about, because you guys don't know what my actual favorite episode is of The Walking Dead, like before this one came up, if this one ends up being. My favorite episode of The Walking Dead before this one was The Walking Dead No Way Out. Episode 9 of Season 6 last year, or this year actually, in February when it aired. Oh my god, my jaw hit the floor with, of course, Carl losing his eye, seeing Jesse die and her 2 kids, and seeing just the big explosion at the beginning, and seeing Daryl with the rocket launcher, boom, and seeing the aftermath at the end of the episode. Oh man, it was great. So, yeah. Now, I have to admit though, seeing this episode, it makes me confused in a couple ways, the premiere. I don't know why they decided to save the death scenes from the beginning to like the very middle of the episode. I don't understand why they did that. Why? Beats me. It really does, because I can understand maybe for like the intro of the episode they want to build suspense, but I was expecting, after the intro at least we would see who it was. And then it just carried on, and I'm like, okay, these are awesome scenes, but everyone wants to see who this guy has killed, and they keep delaying it. And I have to say, I did not like that about the episode. I hate when Walking Dead, and they do this a lot, unfortunately. This is one of my biggest problems. They love to delay special scenes. It's unbelievable. Because they're not stupid. They know we want to see who died right away. I would have been okay if they wouldn't have done it at the very intro. If they would have kept the right-hand man part, but then right after the intro showed us, that would have made me happy. But I'm a little mad that the fact that they did that. I'm not a big fan. So, the right-hand man trailer, oh my god, dude. This was crazy. I'm gonna kill you. I didn't quite hear that. He grabs the axe, whatever, and he pulls him into the RV. That was done perfectly. I love that scene. And when that came out as a sneak peek, oh man, that flooded my mind with just God knows why. It was amazing. Especially when he says the ones that are left. Oh my God, that was so crazy how it all kind of happened. Yeah. Now, there's some things here as well, though, that did bother me a little bit, and that is the scene with Glenn, right? when he has the bat, right? And because in the season 6 finale, he had the bat, and when he was like that, anybody moves, anybody says anything, whatever. That was all done perfectly. But when he said in the season 6 version, in the season 6 finale, he's like, you're all gonna be doing that. He really drags his words, like, you're all gonna be doing that. And then he, hits. In the premiere, it looked so different and so, like, as if the season 6 version didn't ever happen. Because he was like this. Instead of saying, you're all gonna be doing that, he was like, you're all gonna be doing that. It was a little different, and you could tell by the way they did it that they reshot it. And I mean, yeah, everybody knows they reshot it, but it'd be cool if they made it seem like they never ever shot it. And a lot of TV shows are able to get through those kind of situations. But unfortunately with this episode, they weren't. They did it a little different, and it made it seem like the season 6 version never ever happened, which we all know it did. It was the same scene, but somehow the tone of the voice, that's just important to me. I didn't quite like that. So, in terms of the whole Rick and Negan stuff, oh my god, this was awesome. It was amazing. It was great. So, really, when it comes to the scenes where he's out there bring me back my axe. He had some trouble there. I love the envision where he pictured everybody get hit in the head. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I liked how they did that. That was well done, I have to admit. But the scenes with him, when he flashes back to who dies. Oh my god, was that ever a crazy sequence. And we all know he picked Abraham on purpose. Let's not pretend like he didn't, right? And I love that how it was in Rick's point of view, right? He was like, eeny, meeny, miny. I won't go all the way to the song because that'll take a while. But you can tell, though, when he said R, and you can clearly tell when he said the word R, that he said it to Glenn. R, because it was at the end of the line. And he turned back around to where Abraham, in the Abraham was shown type region, and he was like this. Yeah, and then he came to him and he said it, so he kind of thought about it. He was like, this is the end of the song, isn't it? I didn't really realize that at first, but then I'm like, oh no, he clearly picked him on purpose. Like, do you want to act tough in front of me? Well, this is what happens. So, and man, I have to include something from my review. Link in the description for the actual review. When he did the piece to Sasha, that was, oh my god, that was sad. I couldn't even, when he did that, it hit me a little bit, because that was like his goodbye, so to speak. He couldn't really say anything because of obvious reasons, And that was just, oh my god, that was crazy. So, yeah. And in terms of the Glenn stuff, that was insane. And when Daryl got up and punched Negan, oh god, that was just, and when he said, so, back to it, it was crazy. It was insane, and it was really crazy. So I'm not gonna go into all the episode because we all know what happens. I already did my review. You have to see with Carl with the arm. That was amazing. And I just have to say, like, the special effects with Greg Nicotero's directing, it really made it hard for me to decide if this is the best episode of The Walking Dead ever. And a lot of people could, I know a lot of people are probably not going to say that because that is not the best episode because of the casualties, also because of who died. It's kind of that general idea. But man, this episode is definitely in my top 10 somewhere. I think it has to, because in The Walking Dead, we've never seen like a double death like this. Yeah, in Killer Within Season 3, we had in the same episode Lori and T-Dog. But those weren't, like, yeah, Lori was a major character, but T-Dog not so much. And they weren't at the very same time. They had their space. Lori died at the end of the episode. T-Dog kind of died near the beginning, or kind of middle, beginning-ish, So, really, to me, it's almost like, how does, it's not as big as this, because in this sequence, we saw Rick fall. And that is huge. When he said, "You provide for me," and he repeats, "I provide for you." Oh my God. There's so many elements that freaked me out. Literally freaked me out. And seeing Rick as a leader fall, it was unbelievably, it was jaw-dropping. Like, I couldn't even think about it. Like, when I was watching, I'm like, oh my God. And the scene with Carl about to get his arm chopped off. Oh my God, I honestly thought that was going to happen. Like, they really made it where you actually believed in things that next second didn't even happen. They really tricked us, and they really made sure that we understood that this episode was a hard work. And seeing the death of Glenn and Abraham, man, that was the biggest scene, in my opinion, of the entire series. And this one, I think, a lot of people probably won't agree that it's not the best episode. Sure, you can say that. But you cannot deny that this is going to be one of the most memorable scenes of The Walking Dead, basically ever. I don't think it's going to be tough for anything to beat this. It is. As much as some people may hate on it, you have to think of the fact that they did a great job, and especially with Andrew Lincoln's acting. Unbelievable. I couldn't even control myself. He was in there every scene, and none of the scenes fell off. I guarantee that there was not a deleted scene from this premiere. And if there was, it wasn't a scene with Rick. I'll just say that. And with Daryl getting up and punching Negan, it was so exciting. He made it think like he was going to kill Daryl for a minute when he's like, no! It was amazing. And there were so many elements and there were so many scenes that maybe a few years ago we would never picture ever happening to Glenn or Abraham. But when you see it, you're like, you think this would never happen. It's like that thing. Let's say someone told you eventually in life you're going to win $1 million, okay? I know. Terrible example. Let's say someone told you that. And then you actually, a little while later, win that same amount of money. The exact same amount. That is exactly what this feels like. Basically. And especially in their world, it basically feels just alike. Just alike. I can't say it doesn't. I just can't. So, yeah. Now, going down to the final question. Is this the best episode of The Walking Dead? Is it or is it not? I'm actually going to go with the answer. I do think it is. They've done the best they've ever done. Yeah, No Way Out was amazing. Yeah, it was the explosions. I think No Way Out takes this one. But that doesn't matter. What matters is about the way they make it seem real. Like they make it seem like Maggie is actually in this same position. And it's unbelievably insane. And I can't deny it. I just can't. So that's all I got. It's the best episode, and this one probably won't change for a very long time. Unless this season they have something else planned for us that is even better than this, which I actually don't think they do, at least until All Out War. Maybe All Out War will take a chance, but they are really doing a great job, and this season is going to be the best season. I can already feel it. So, yeah, guys, if you like it, please thumb it up below. Let me know. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but in my opinion, this is the best episode of a TV series I've ever seen. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.